Good morning and happy Friday. How are you doing today? So, I want to get this information out to you. There are three things that people need to know if you're going to look at buying real estate in 2023. So, first, let's talk about the local market. So, numbers came out for Lane County for November, and it last year we had about 432 purchase transactions. This year, we had about 232 purchase transactions. That's down like it's only like 53% of what we did last year, 53.7. So, things are slower in the market, and that can be good for buyers because here's what's going on. I mean, people are used to buying, or we're used to having slowdowns in the winter time. That's why we have a buying season here in Lane County, which starts in like March or April and goes until September-ish because people want to get their kids in school and move before their kids' school year starts. So what's going on is right now, because rates have ticked up, and it's also a time of year where things tend to slow down, there's not many transactions going on. And so what that is it's creating a little bit more of a buyer's market. And so subsequently, what we're seeing is that, excuse me, come first or second quarter of next year, two things are going to be happening. One, we're coming into our buying season, and two, rates will be coming down. And we'll talk a little more about that in a bit. So, what we feel is that we're creating a pent up demand. So, right now, sellers are giving concessions, they're lowering prices, they're helping buy down points and rates and all kinds of stuff to try and sell a house because there's not a lot getting sold. But come selling season, spring, early summer, we believe the pent up demand is going to get kind of released. And subsequently, we're going to get back to kind of a situation we were last year, whereas you've got all these people trying to buy property and homes, and there's just not enough inventory. So again, it's going to push prices up. So right now, you can get a good deal, or you can negotiate on price and concessions. Come next summer, may not be able to. So, that's a big deal. So something to consider there. So as well as in November's numbers, even though there were so many fewer transactions going on, prices of homes went up like 2%. So don't think there's a bubble. There is not a bubble. It's a problem with inventory, and that's not going away anytime soon. Supply and demand will kick in. So, anyways, so today wholesale inflation came in, and it went from 8.1% to 7.4%, excuse me, which is kind of back where we were in June of 2021. That's good news. And then next week on Tuesday, consumer inflation numbers are going to come out, and we believe those are going to be a positive for interest rates too. And then on Wednesday, the Fed is going to be speaking. So based off what happens on Tuesday, the Fed may have to relook at how aggressive they're going to be as far as Fed rates. So lots going on there. So this video is really about three things that people need to know if you're going to be buying in 2023. First, you need to know your credit. So credit is a number that absolutely affects in my industry. So if you're looking to go from like a conventional loan, every 20 points, anything below 740, affects pricing. So, and if you're below 620, then I'm going to talk to you. So do we look at trying to get your credit pulled? Like we have the opportunity to pull credit without having it be an inquiry on you or like a hard pull, but we still get your credit scores and we get to see everything that's on your credit. So subsequently, now's the time to be working on your credit. Who knows? I mean, maybe you already know, and that would be a fantastic thing. But how do you know that there wasn't some stupid dentist bill or something that didn't get put through to your insurance correctly, and now all of a sudden it went to a collection? Who knew, right? So let's find out things you need to know, and that's number one is credit. So we can work on that. Give me a call if you need help on that. Number two, know your numbers. Their numbers, like we work off of income to debt ratios and those kinds of things. So sometimes, people say, "Well, I need to pay off all my credit." Well, maybe not. Let's look at the numbers because it's built in that people have some debt when you're buying homes. So maybe we don't pay off debt as much, And maybe we try and save, instead of doing a 3% conventional loan, we do a 5% conventional loan, or maybe from 5 to 10, and lower the mortgage insurance premium. So, there's lots of stuff out there. And so knowing your numbers and, where to be applying money and how to save and do those kinds of things are absolutely something that you should be focused on. And I'm happy to help with that. Number three, know your programs. So I kind of alluded that a minute ago. Maybe we go and try and get from an FHA loan to a conventional loan, because sellers don't really like FHA loans as much as conventional loans, because number one, FHA appraisals are a little more difficult, a little more scrutinizing than a conventional appraisal, as well as if you do a conventional loan, you may be able to get an appraisal waiver, which can't happen on a government loan. So know your programs. Maybe you're a first-time home buyer and you need a down payment assistance, and you need 6 months to get through that program. Well, let's get it done. Let's get working on it. So, or maybe you're looking at buying an investment property and you don't have great income anymore because of whatever's happened, or self-employed, you're not showing a ton of income. You can buy investment properties with what we call a debt service program. We don't care about your income. If you've got good credit and the down payment and the property cash flows and the rents cover the rents cover the payment, we're going to get it done. So know your programs. Again, if you're self-employed, there's bank statement loans out there. There's all kinds of stuff out there. So now's the time to prep, to be ready, so that when you're ready to pull the trigger, you've got your ducks in a row. Because again, if that little dam breaks, as far as people wanting to buy properties, you need to be in a position to be as aggressive and make your offer the one that gets accepted. So, and by knowing your numbers, knowing your credit, knowing your programs, we can get that done. So hopefully that helps. Have a great weekend. If you have any questions, please give me a call, 541-735-9857.